Hey, what up, everybody? It's your host right here. My name's Will. Welcome to Phantom Frequency. We get into the entire multiverse of pop culture, if you will. So, if you're digging the vibe, if you want to see a lot more of what we have to offer, or you want to keep up with us on these different spoiler reviews or our weekly recaps of TV shows, things like that, make sure you're clicking the buttons below the video. It always helps the channel out immensely, and we appreciate all of you new subscribers coming in, all you commenters, and everyone engaging with the videos. Really means a lot to us, and I'm one of the main driving forces here behind the channel. So I want to personally thank you from the bottom of my heart for keeping the show going, because I haven't had any of the homies on in a while, man. So it's really just been me holding it down on the creative side for the most part too. So really just been kind of a one-man band lately. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. And I just love doing this for fun, and I'm just passionate about it. So we're gonna see where it goes. But today we're gonna go back to the beginning of when the world went silent, baby, and we're gonna be talking about a prequel to one of my favorite horror franchises now, maybe all time, A Quiet Place. Day one, baby. So, with this latest prequel, A Quiet Place Day One, this is the literal first day the aliens landed to Earth, but this is obviously taking place in old NYC, so you're going to be getting a hell of a lot of noise. It even says at the beginning of the film, New York generally is over 90, the volume of that city is over 90 decibels. And to give you guys a little bit of a comparison, most earbuds that you find that are more like high end will block about 15 and maybe 19 or 20 decibels right out, so you can still hear clearly but still enjoy the music, but cuts out a lot of that. So imagine that in reverse, adding 20 decibels to normal range of hearing, and then you add another 70 decibels on top of that. It's like 8, 9 times the addition, or the louder than most loud sounds you can think of, like a car horn or something like that. Imagine that intensified 9 times. That's essentially where you're going to be at. So it's one of the loudest places in the world. So the fact that they wanted to set in A Quiet Place movie in that setting, to me, was a brilliant idea, and I absolutely love that. And going into it, I was a little bit trepidatious, of course, because you're always a little bit, as fans, we're always a little bit nervous about these prequels or these spin-offs. Are they going to capture the magic? Is there actually a reason to tell the story? Are they going to give us good characters to stand on their own? Are they going to rely too much on what we've seen before? And while I'll say 90% of the time, they don't fall into any of these traps, and they really do make this film their own. And this film definitely stands out from the other ones, and has and it has the drama of the other films, but this one's even more of an intimate drama and more about life and death and the appreciation of life, and what's that last thing that you would want to seek out before you go that's going to comfort you and really means the most to you, and what was the best time of your life, and if you can get some of those things back or experience some of those things in a way again, bring you some of that joy back into your life when you know you're about to meet your end. The time is ticking. You know what I'm saying? The clock is ticking. Time is running out. So that to me was such a beautiful thing of this movie and of the story. And overall, I don't think they necessarily expanded the world perfectly in this film per se, but this is a fucking awesome movie, man. And it has such a dope story and awesome characters to boot, man. And that's the main thing I go to films for, is the story and the characters, man. I'm there for the characters, and I'm there for the vibe, and I'm there for the energy. And that was there. And you feel for these characters, like Lupita Nyong'o's character, the main protagonist, if you will, Sam. She's a cancer patient, and she is literally on stage 4 in a hospice center, going out to the city to get pizza and see a show when everything goes down. And the fact that she wants to go to get this pizza so bad, at first you're kind of like, why the hell do you care so much about pizza? I get it, it's New York, pizza's great. But once I kind of started putting the pieces together, where it seemed like even after shit went down she wanted to go, I was like, oh, this is something emotional for her. This means something to her past, and she knows that this is one of the last times she can truly experience something that she loves, because she has no one left in her world. I don't know what happened to her mother, but her father passed away at some point in the past, and she lives alone and is literally about to die any time now. So that's just such a tragic and heartbreaking thing to be dealing with, but something that's so human and real, and and without sugarcoating it, that's how life is sometimes. You know what I'm saying? For some of us aren't so blessed to have all these years of life and to enjoy our youth and to not have to worry about health and things like that. Some of us have health issues, but we're still here. Like myself, I'm still breathing. I've had my problems, but I'm here. And we've all lost loved ones and have those things and those memories that mean the most to us and that we cherish the most. And if we were going to go and knew we had a chance to see those things again, if not those people, we're gonna take that shot no matter what. I don't care if an alien that's blind, that can hear everything, is gonna kill me. I'm gonna go get this pizza. And I loved that. And the whole dynamic with her and Joseph Quinn's character of Eric was so beautiful and just so like almost like old time movie where it just felt like a true platonic relationship where it wasn't about romance, it wasn't about him trying to get laid, it wasn't about them coming together through this thing. No, they were just there for each other as humans, and the compassion they had for each other and the understanding and the empathy that Eric had for Sam's situation and for what she's gone through and for her being to be able to be that rock for him and be able to help him get through the fear and get through the doubt and to help his emotional imbalance in a different way. And I thought that that was such a beautiful thing where these characters are like two different sides of the same coin. You know what I mean? And I was just so happy. I was really hoping they weren't gonna kiss or have some stupid romantic shit. Because I was like, no, man, like this is that true blue friendship. No matter if you're man, woman, black, white, brown, whatever, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you find those beautiful relationships with other human beings, no matter what color, creed, or religion they come from. You just connect on this level, and you can't be without each other, and you just want to help each other succeed in any way you can. And just it was just so beautiful, man. Like and having the director Michael Sarnowski come in, who actually is famous from doing the weird ass kind of artsy John Wickish film called Pig with Nicolas Cage a few years ago. A lot of film critics and film fans seemed to really dig it and thought it was very unique and very quirky, but very well done. And I would say he brought his sensibilities to it in the sense of like the second half feeling like just this just like almost like I don't know, like in a, like a, just like a drama. Like it almost just felt like some kind of like almost like an Oscar kind of movie or something like that, mixed into this creature feature, mixed into this sci-fi, horror thriller. You know what I'm saying? And the way that they were able to seamlessly blend these elements together into like how the other movies have kind of blended these different genres together with it. This has done it just as well. And I really love the way they were able to balance the tone and balance humor with heart and emotion and scares and intensity and but not being afraid to be dark and not being afraid to have a sad ending. That's the thing I love with these films, and having characters really get got and having bad things happen to these really good people that we see on screen, Like Alex Wolff's character of Ruben, who's her nurse at the hospice center. I thought Alex Wolff did such a phenomenal job with the character and just his acting ability. Seeing him go from the Naked Brothers band to this is truly, truly impressive. And I think he just did a phenomenal job with the way that they had that character get taken out when he's just trying to keep the place safe and shut off that generator so that way they don't get got in that church. And he gets killed. And he's always out there as a nurse, helping and trying to protect others and help them be taken care of, and just be that caregiver. And just to see him go out like that, that's the thing I love with these movies. They're not afraid to they don't pull the punches. They got balls. Like they're willing to go there. A little kid got killed in the beginning of the original movie. That rarely ever happens in films, and especially big, movies like that, even though it wasn't necessarily a big movie to begin with, but you know what I'm saying. And the fact that they put an infant baby in danger a bunch of times in that film and the second film, it's just the way that they were able to not pull punches 100%. I absolutely adore about this movie. And like I said, the acting from top to bottom is phenomenal. Whether it's the extras, whether it's like people like Jaimin Hansu's Henry, who's only pops up in the film maybe 2-3 times. He does a phenomenal job, especially with that scene where he's trying to keep Lupita Sam quiet. I love the way that they were able to implement him in from part 2 and kind of expand where he's from, or maybe I don't know, maybe he is from New York. But I thought, and I don't remember him mentioning that. I need to go back and watch part 2 again. It's been a while because I've watched part 1 several times before part 1 came out. I've only seen part 2 twice. Once in the theater and once when I bought it on DVD. So I do need to watch it again. But he was really great in the film. That was one of my only few little nitpicks right there too. That I wish they had more Jaimin Hansu's Henry in there, but it's okay. I can let it go. But I don't necessarily. A couple other things I wanted to praise too. The freaking CGI and the effects of the aliens are a lot better, and the sound design was even more intense and even more bombastic and more epic in this because of the helicopters and being in New York and the explosions, everything like that. They really did a great job at expanding this and building out the scope of it without making you lose that tangible feel that The Quiet Place is so good at doing. So I really, really loved that. And yeah, so I have a few mixed elements with the movie and like 1 or 2 negatives, but overall I really dug it. But my mixed elements of this movie are the cat character, while cool, while charming, and while the cat actors themselves, the 2 cats they used for the character of Frodo the cat, they did a great job and were like really kind of fun to watch on screen at times. I thought it was a bit unrealistic at moments how it was able to survive certain situations and kind of took me out of it just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's kind of too much. You're kind of ruining the suspension of disbelief a little bit right there, or you're pushing it a bit too far over the edge. just a little teensy bit. But overall, I like Frodo the cat. I did get the point of having that character there for Sam and for even for Eric. I understood why the character was in the movie. I just thought they pushed it a little far with what it was surviving. That was all. But I like the character, so that's why it's more of a mixed element for me. And my only negative really of the film is this: they don't expand or answer any questions we had going into this film about the overarching universe or the invasion or any aspect of the aliens, really much at all, except for maybe water being a weakness. But I feel like that was already previously established. So I don't think they really brought anything new to it in that sense, or any of the lore or anything there, maybe like hinting that the government's involved, anything. They don't do any of that. And I think that's a little bit of a very big missed opportunity and kind of silly to me. Why are you going to make a prequel and have a world that you're trying to expand with spin-offs, but you're not expanding anything? You're just showing it in a different location with a different character. That's cool. And if the story's well done and the character's well realized and well written, well acted, okay, I'm in. But it's like, you got to do a little bit more with the lore. If you're going to do prequels, if you're going to do spin-offs, if you're going to do sequels, you got to expand something, at least in my personal opinion. So for me, on that element, I thought they kind of let me down a little bit in that regard. But overall, this is a fucking awesome movie. I give this thing a straight up 8.5 out of 10. I do think it's not quite as good as the other two, but it's really fucking close to it, because those other films for me are like 9.5. I love those fucking movies, man. So, and those are two of the first movies we ever did, and that's one of the first movies we ever did a review for on the channel, Quiet Place Part 2, baby. So make sure you check that out. And thank you for watching this review. We got some more content coming at y'all. We got The Boys, Season 4, Episode 4 recap going to be hitting y'all right around the time you see this video. Also, we got The Bear Season 4 just dropped on Thursday. They dropped the whole season. I'm almost about halfway through now. So by the time you guys see my review for Maxine, maybe a little bit sooner, you should be seeing my review for the Bear Season 3. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to do that all in one go. And like I said, we're going to have those weekly recaps of House of the Dragon hitting y'all, The Boys. That's going to be coming at y'all every week. And yeah, and then we got the X-Men review series leading up to Deadpool and Wolverine at the end of July next month. We're going to have hella X-Men videos dropping and everything like that. Rankings, review retrospectives for all the installments, everything like that. So make sure you're checking everything we got here going on the channel. And if you dig any of that, make sure you share with your friends, family, coworkers, and all of that. But until next time, make sure you stay safe out there. Keep your loved ones safe. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace.